Hi, it's Dr. Ray here, and thank you for joining me on this video that's going to cover what is it about women who trust themselves, who are confident, and can make decisions, are so attractive to, say, healthy, masculine, grounded men. So, by the way, if you like this video and other videos I make, please subscribe to my channel and click your bell button so you're notified when I put out new videos. So here it goes. Here's the first reason, and that is emotional independence. A woman who trusts herself is not always going to be checking in with her partner or the relationship when she's feeling not so good. In other words, there's a good chance that she recognizes I have emotions that are independent from my relationship. It could be because of my child, my work, how I slept, how my body's changing. Therefore, I will check in with myself. And so when a confident woman is aware of her emotions, then she can kind of discern whether or not it's her stuff or the relationship, or maybe the man is not present. Therefore, what happens in these types of conversations, it's not where he's blamed or it's just another thing she wants to talk about without examining it. It doesn't mean that there's this expectation that a person's supposed to be perfect and never be emotional. But what I'm saying is that we all have emotions and they come up. But oftentimes we'll project that onto our partner. Therefore, a woman who trusts herself, there's a good chance that she's also going to have emotional independence from the relationship and be able to check in with herself. Very attractive. The next one is low drama. So a woman who trusts herself and is confident, she too also wants low drama. And therefore, she's making decisions with people she allows in her life to maybe establishing healthier boundaries. So where she knows what it's like to live a simpler life. She's not caught up in emotional turmoil or trauma response type of relationships where there's just always fires to put out and she's stressed out, and therefore she brings that to the relationship. Now, this doesn't mean that stuff doesn't happen. I mean, your wife's father could die to something tragic happens, of course, that could create a bunch of chaos and so forth. But what I'm talking about is a woman who basically is on the same trajectory where she's like saying to herself, like, I want a calm life and I am responsible for my emotions. And therefore, I want to attract this in a partner. And therefore, I'm also going to have boundaries. So our relationship has low drama. Make sense? The next one is mutual growth. Uh, a woman who is growing and expanding is fun to rediscover every day. And how that works in a relationship and why a trusting woman typically works on herself is that she's aware that life is filled with challenges and that she's going to hear feedback that maybe doesn't make her feel good. To whether or not she hears it as constructive and she's going to do something with it, she knows she's not perfect. So when you trust yourself, you also know that you're here to grow and you're not supposed to be perfect, and that you're just here expanding your awareness, expanding your heart, and hopefully you love yourself more and therefore you can love your partner more, right? And so a trusting person is always working on him or herself, and therefore the relationship remains exciting. Uh, it's where you get to rediscover each other. It's not where it's the same old, and where people feel like roommates. Therefore, when two people trust themselves and they trust that if there's true love there, that nothing can be threatened, then they know that they always want to grow. They're not hanging on the past, but they're moving forward. And the next one is clear communication. A trusting woman in herself knows that she's worked on her communication. She knows she's not perfect, but she also knows that she'll find a creative way to communicate with as much compassion, kindness, and that she is also, like yourself, trying to reach a place where we understand each other. And if she trusts that no matter what happens, that even if this conversation triggers a man, she's going to be authentic. And therefore, she's not going to hide and so forth. And that is attractive. Now, this doesn't mean if there's a moment where someone gets upset and raises their voice, or that the, the, the communication is not clear, that there's a problem with it. What I'm talking about, it's more the trajectory that in her consciousness, in her mind, she knows we communicate better when we're grounded and we're present. And therefore, a trusting woman is seeking clear communication. She's not trying to hang on to the relationship if it, say, isn't working out. She maybe is concerned and she's afraid of being hurt, but she also knows that she has to be herself, and that no matter what, even if the truth hurts, she'd rather work with truth rather than lies and things that are hidden. And then the last one is compatible decision making. And what that means is that a woman who, say, doesn't trust herself, who doesn't know herself, who is still trying to find herself, she might just go along with what her partner wants. And then when it doesn't work out, it's his fault. Or that she's not really clear with how she feels about it. And then later on, she regrets those decisions. Therefore, to have a sustainable relationship with a person, you hope that they know him or herself, right? And that they can make decisions based off of it's who they really are. It's not reaction. It's not to try to keep their partner there, but it's more that they trust that no matter what they say, whether it's with this person or not, or someone in the future, that they will respect themselves. They'll trust that they were their best and that this other person wasn't aligned. And therefore, they're not going to be clingy, needy, and so forth. So when you have a trusting person, they're clear. They're able to make decisions. They're not so indecisive. And sure, I know we have our moments where like we can be emotional and not clear, but also a person who trusts him or herself, they can also trust that they can take pause. They don't have to go into fight or flight. There's no urgency, and that they can make decisions based off of what they really want and so forth. So I hope this makes sense. There's a lot more that I could have packed into this, but I see myself as, say, a high caliber man. Like, I'm not bragging, but a man who follows through, who's committed. I'm a father. I always communicate. I'm in touch with my feelings. I back my woman, and I have male friends like this, and I work with a lot of men, and they also say the same thing. And the reason why this is so attractive to us, because we too are working on ourselves. We too want clear communication. So therefore, men like myself, we want a woman who's doing the same thing, so we can meet in the middle, so we can support each other's career or the children, or when things are challenging and so forth. So the relationship can sustain itself and grow and grow, and we just rediscover each other every day. So I hope you enjoy this. And again, if you love this stuff, if you love what I had to say, please leave your comments down below, and maybe even give me some suggestions of other videos you want me to maybe make. And please subscribe to my channel. Have an amazing day. Thank you.